Yes, Edward, I'm doing a review of a movie that you're in. Shut up. I know it's been a while since you were in a good movie, okay? You were barely in Moonrise Kingdom. Birdman was directed by Alejandro Gonzalez, and it stars Michael Keaton, Edward Norton, and Emma Stone. It tells the story of Regan Thompson, a washed-up actor who used to be the star of the Birdman franchise, this huge comic book trilogy, but years later he's all washed up, but now he's putting on a production. He wrote, directed, and is starring in a play based on a short story, and it is the night before the first preview, and he loses one of his main actors, and they bring in people, and everything starts going bad. And also, he is the voice of Birdman talking to him in his head. I had very high expectations for this movie ever since I heard about it, and when it came out, the reviews for it have been saying almost unanimously that it's one of, if not the best movie of the year. And after seeing it, I have to agree with them. This movie's fantastic. I mean, so many things of it work out so well. And honestly, I can't really think up with that many flaws with it. I'm going to actually just start out with my flaw. So if you're just looking for one problem with the movie, usually start out with the good things, but I'm going right into it. Problem with this movie, it is so ambitious, and there is so much going on, and there are so many ideas flowing that some of them aren't fleshed out enough. Like one thing, like when I came out of this movie, I was thinking about it for a solid 40 minutes, literally just going like this, like thinking about it. And usually that's great, but the thing is, it was because there was so much to digest, some of the ideas were unclear. And so I had to come up with a lot by myself, which I'm not saying was a horrible thing, but I liked where he was going with some of the things. But the fact that the script had 4 writers probably contributed to the fact that it was a little blurry at times what they were going for. That is my only complaint about this movie. The rest of this movie is amazing. Michael Keaton gives easily his best performance ever, no contest. He is amazing. He's to display every dramatic emotion he can do. He's to display everything he can do comedically. He's putting his entire career over the course of one movie. Like, he's doing everything they can possibly do. He pulls it off fantastically. He's funny, but he also really manages to get to the core of this character because, as you probably know, he's very similar because he played Batman and Batman Returns, and now he's really not that big of a deal. So there's at least some kind of emotional connection, even though the characters, I hope, are very different, because Regan Thompson's a very, very interesting character. Edward Norton was fantastic. Like I made the joke, Edward Norton is maybe my favorite actor. American History X, Fight Club, 2 of my favorite movies of all time, and he hasn't been given that many great parts lately. This is fantastic. He is so good in this movie because he is to be he's kind of the hardcore, like, oh, I'm an actor and I'm better than everybody else kind of character, but he does it so well. He's so funny and so good in this movie. Emma Stone, this is probably her best performance that I've ever seen because she's never played anything like this. She is Regan Thompson's daughter and assistant. She just got out of rehab, and so she's playing such a different character than the kind of the good girl image that you'll usually see her playing. But yeah, everyone else gave really good performances. Naomi Watts and Zach Galifianakis also did very well. One of probably the best thing about this movie, and it works fantastically. It looks so good. It is made to look like one take. The camera never stops moving. There are no cuts until like the very, very end. I think it's like about 110-minute take. Because although there are some parts where you can see, okay, they probably cut there, like they'll go into a dark corner, it'll be dark for just a split second, just enough time to cut, but it looks unbroken and it's beautiful. But even without that, the cinematography is so good because just kind of the very simplistic aspects of it are great. It's simple New York, but it looks beautiful. And the one special effects scene, or I guess 2 maybe, also look fantastic. The soundtrack was really cool too. I mean, it was literally just drums, except for like very specific parts when they were kind of commenting on the maybe superhero movie kind of score. It was all drums. Sometimes the guy playing the drums was seen, and it was hilarious, but it was a really cool drum score. Like, it was very jazzy. There was a lot of snare in there, and it really fit the tone well, and it fit the city of New York very well. And I really love the score. And the script, although I said it can get a little, I don't know what the word is there, but it kind of ignores certain aspects, not ignores them, but goes over them too quickly. The script is fantastic. I mean, these characters are awesome. It's funny, but it's also very serious. It has a great point to make about a lot of things. Like, there's points to be made about the state of kind of culture, the state of movie making, the state of plays, and kind of the competition. Criticism, the state of criticism. He has a big like kind of altercation, I guess, with a critic, and it kind of hurt that he said those mean things about critics, but I know he wasn't talking about me because I'm a great critic. And yeah, there's just a lot going on here. And like I said, some of those themes can be jumbled, but in the end, it works so well. Cinematography is beautiful. The score is beautiful. The actors are all on the top of their games. This movie's amazing. This is one of the best movies to come out this year. I give Birdman an A. Definitely worth checking out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.